Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Sporify Learn. Now let's see the questions that and answer with explanation I'll give for module 4 and biology. This is the subject, that is BBOC407 subject. If you want the same PDF, please do DM me on Instagram. My Instagram account will be mentioned in the description as well. It is Sporify underscore learn. Okay, this is my account and you can DM me over there. And now let's see the questions without further wasting time. If you're watching my channel without subscribing, make sure to subscribe and then watch the video. Let's start the video without further wasting time. Okay, see, first the question is about the what is ultrasonography. Explain its working principle and application. See, first we will see what is the ultrasonography, that is ultrasound imaging or sonography. It is a medical imaging technique that uses high frequency sound waves, okay, that may be from 2 to 18 megahertz to produce images of internal organs and tissues of the body. It's nothing but, I hope you have heard the word as ultrasound, right? That is nothing but the scanning, we say easily. That is nothing but medical imaging technique, okay? There will be the graph or the imaging will be there in a produced in a sheet of like they'll give that printout. The sound waves, like frequency sound waves will be produced, that is from 2 to 18 megahertz to produce images of internal organs, like which will be internal organ which will be needing that organ and the tissues also of the body. It is a non-invasive, okay, it is nothing but non-invasive, safe and painless diagnostic method. I hope you understood this. Next, let's see about the working principle. How does it works? See, first the transducer will be emitting high frequency sound waves into the body, okay. After that, next will be the sound waves travel through the tissues and organs. First, now the transducer will be emitting high frequency and sounds into the body. After it emits, what it will be doing, the sound waves which have been entered, it will travel through the tissue and organ, like which organ, which internal organ and all which we require, that it will be traveling, okay. Next, when they encounter boundaries between different tissues, they are reflected back as echoes. Now after that, next procedure, like what they encounter, like what are the results that we got, they'll be reflected back as what, echoes, okay. Now that transducer receives these echoes which they have, and next the computer processes the echoes and converts them into images. The images are displayed on a monitor for diagnosis, okay. They are displayed on a monitor and that will be the printout which will be the given, and it's not like normal sheet of paper. There'll be some specific sheet of paper. I hope you all know that, okay. Just I'm saying, okay. And many of you were asking, like commenting and messages, so many I'm getting, guys, like for 10 marks how many marks you should, how many papers you should write, that and all. Tomorrow I'll be doing one short video also, and passing packet, so many of you had asked, in that video I'll be saying, and the PDF which I'm giving is sufficient to score maximum marks. See, if they give for 10 marks, you should write a bit theory, okay. Theory should be more, you have to be writing, okay. That's it, you have to focus. And if it is there diagrams and all, you try to explain that and elaborate a theory a bit, okay. Don't try to miss the any of the diagrams. See how it is applications, like how it is applied means, in obstetrics and gynecology for monitoring fetal growth, ovarian cysts and fibroids. Next is abdominal imaging, that is liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen and kidneys for that. Musculoskeletal imaging, that is for muscles, tendons and ligaments. And next is vascular for blood vessels, clots and blockages. Next is eye and neck imaging, and in medical emergency, like for appendicitis, and next is fluid accumulation, pneumothorax and all they'll be using. Advantages is it is non-invasive and painless, no ionizing radiation, real-time imaging, portable equipment, cost-effective and versatile. If you see limitations, like limited penetration depth, like it will be having some depth only it will give, like that. Next is operator dependent, someone should operate that. Next is lower resolution than CT or MRI scan. Next is difficult imaging in obese patients, okay. Next is less effective for some cancers. That's all. And next, one of the important question in this module is about the lotus leaf effect and the mechanism and applications of superhydrophobic, okay. The lotus leaf refers to the self-cleaning property of lotus leaves due to their highly water repellent, that is superhydrophobic, okay. That is on the surface, that is hydrophobic, okay, water repellent, okay. Next, water droplets roll off the leaf, that is, it's not attracting, it's repelling, okay, off the leaf and carrying the dust and dirt particles with them, keeping the surface clean. They'll be doing the surface which is there, it will be clean, they'll be carrying the dust particles and all with it, okay. Next is about the mechanism. If you see the microscopic surface roughness, okay, see, when you have the leaf surface contains tiny micro and nano scale structures, right, these will reduce the contact area between the water and leaf. Next is wax coating. If you see, nothing but a hydrophobic wax layer, and this lowers, like the lowers will be there with the surface energy, and it will be preventing water from spreading. Next is rolling water droplets. Water forms nearly spherical droplets. As the spherical droplets roll off, they pick up dirt particles and they will clean the surface. If you see the applications, see here, self cleaning glass and windows, waterproof textiles and clothing, anti-corrosion coatings and self cleaning paints, solar panels, medical devices and equipment, automobile windshield and coating, building exterior surfaces, that we will use, okay. Next, if we see about the application advantages, reduces cleaning and maintenance cost, improves durability of surfaces. Next is like water accumulation will be happening and contamination, that it will prevent, environment friendly, and cleaning mechanism will be easy, okay. That is the one of the advantages. You can see, you can write the applications and you can expand this also. See, they'll be using in building exterior surfaces and what medical equipments, like generally you can write it as anything. That is how I say you can elaborate a theory, okay. Next is about the one of the again repeated of question is about the Kingfisher's beak. How did it inspire the design of the bullet train which was there, okay. That is, the Kingfisher's beak is an excellent example of nature's design for efficient diving and fishing, okay. It is like this, sharp, okay. Now, it has unique shape, help the bird reduce air and water resistance, allowing it to dive smoothly and catch the fish effectively. It will be catching the fish. What are the physics behind the Kingfisher's beak is streamlining, that it is long, slender and sharp, and it reduces the drag during flight when it's flying, and it will move efficiently with less energy. Next is surface tension reduction. When the Kingfisher enter water, it must overcome surface tension. So the beak, like sharp beak which will be there, that will be pierces the water surface easily. It will be piercing the water surface easily. This reduces the force to enter the water, so hence the tension, like surface tension will be reduction, okay. Next is minimizing the splash, okay. When the narrow point beak creates minimal disturbance when entering the water, it will reduce the splash and noise. The bird can catch fish without scaring them away. Next, if you see the technological, like Japanese Shinkansen bullet train which is there was designed based on this Kingfisher's beak for aerodynamic design. That is like streamlined Kingfisher beak. Again, the same air resistance, it will be reducing speed, stability and energy efficiency. Pressure, if you see, high speed trains create pressure waves when entering the tunnels. Easily designs produced loud tunnel booms, okay. Like when the tunnel and all it's entering, it will be producing the noise before itself. Like the Kingfisher inspired the nose for the airflow smoothly, and pressure waves and noise, vibration and all, it will be reduced. If you see the advantages, higher speed, low energy consumption, reduced noise pollution, and improved passenger comfort and better aerodynamic efficiency. This and all, it's very much used in Japan, okay, in Shinkansen, okay, bullet train. Like when the Kingfisher's beak is, obviously it will be flying, right, okay. When it is flying, the air, like efficiency will be more, energy consumed will be less. So in that order they kept in mind and they did this bullet train in that order, okay. Next, if we see the fourth question, that is about the working and principle of bionic leaf technology, which is again important. This is one of the short question. I'll be saying how you can remember, okay. Next is you can see, this is about the first the sunlight is captured and directed to bionic leaf. Now the bionic leaf contains a catalyst, that is artificial catalyst or any bacteria, and a water splitting enzyme will be there. That it will be, sun will be entering to the bionic leaf, that bionic leaf will be containing this catalyst, to remember. Next, the sunlight energy is used to split water molecules into hydrogen ions and oxygen, okay, through photolysis. Okay, now what energy, like after sunlight will be there, it was used to split water, that is H2O, as O2 and H, okay, hydrogen ions and O2, okay, through photolysis. This process is called what? Photolysis. Now hydrogen ions combine with electrons from an external source to form hydrogen gas. It will be forming what? Hydrogen ions will be hydrogen gas, that you remember. Now oxygen gas which is there, it will be like produced during water splitting, it's released into the atmosphere. Oxygen will be released into what? Atmosphere. Now the generated hydrogen gas is collected and stored as a clean and renewable source, okay. Now what the hydrogen gas which was produced, it will be collected and stored as a clean renewable energy source that can be used easily, okay, again and again. Now the bionic leaf which is there, it will be absorbing the CO2, that is carbon dioxide from the air, or a supplied source, because it will be giving the oxygen to the atmosphere, right? Now like that you have to remember. Next, the absorbed CO2 which is there, it's converted into carbon based compounds such as formic acids or methane through a reduction reaction, okay. Next, the carbon compound which is can be used as fuels or any other. Next, the bionic leaf which will be there, it is operates in a closed loop, okay, system where the oxygen produced during water splitting, it's reused by the catalyst in subsequent cycles. That is how it is used again and again, okay. Next, if we see the applications, that is renewable energy, like it can be used again and again, no like wastage of energy is done. Carbon dioxide reduction, okay, now it will be reducing the carbon dioxide by providing the oxygen, okay. Next, sustainable chemical production will be there, agriculture and food production. And next you can see the remote and off-grid areas also it can be used, and environmental remediation, that is it will be removing the pollutants from the air, water and soil and all. That is how this works. Next, the question is about the fifth question, that is hemoglobin based oxygen carriers. Explain their structure, uses and application. They are nothing but artificial blood substitutes, okay. They are nothing but artificial blood substitutes, transport oxygen to blood tissue, body tissues, okay. They will be going into the body tissues by extracting hemoglobin from human or animal blood and modifying it to create a stable synthetic form, okay. Now they can increase oxygen delivery when the body cannot produce or transport enough RBC, that is red blood cells. Structure is based on the hemoglobin molecule. The oxygen carrying protein found in red blood cell will be there. It is isolated from human or animal. It is chemically modified to improve stability, formed as a solution or suspension and all. You can see first the working is they are infused into the bloodstream. Now the molecules which will be there, they will bind with oxygen in the lungs and then they will be transported through the blood all over the body. Next, that oxygen is released into the body tissues wherever needed. Then the oxygen will be maintained during the blood loss or anemia. Next, it is uses or application is treatment of severe blood loss, emergency trauma care, and next is military medicine or battlefield injuries which happen, disaster relief operations, situations where blood transfusions are unavailable, like another blood is not available, remote and underdeveloped regions with limited blood supplies where it is there, and temporary oxygen support during the surgeries also it can be used, that is HBOC. Advantages you can see: increased oxygen carrying capacity, universal compatibility, longer shelf life, and reduced risk of infections, and it will be available in remote areas like villages where it is unavailable and all. Limitations is short half-life. That means like it is faster than when it is done, it is permanent itself, but the shelf life is half, and nitric acid scavenging and renal toxicity a bit. It can damage the kidneys and all. Adverse reactions can happen for some people. Next is about the shark skin inspired materials used in swimsuits and the aircrafts. Okay, now how is shark skin is a tiny tooth structure called dermal denticles. Okay, dermal denticles, this word you remember. Then they reduce the drag, decrease the turbulence, and improve the swimming efficiency and all. The scientists have used this natural design as inspiration for friction reducing swimsuits and aerodynamic aircraft surfaces. Okay, they are reduction like present on shark skin, the bumps and ridges. And next you can see is about the disrupt water flow around the body, like sharks body, and reduces the turbulence, and as a result it can swim faster and with less effort. Turbulence also reduction, drag will be there. Next, it is used in swimsuits and aircraft surface. Next, plant burr, which invention of velcro. This is nothing but one of the repeated question. This will be a short question again. Okay, now we will see how this works. Okay, first what you have, the plant burrs, that is nothing but the burdock plant, invention of velcro it formed. Okay, now the Swiss engineer in 1941 this happened, George D. Mestrel. Okay, he was the one. He noticed that the birds stuck his clothes and his dog's fur during a walk. He had took his dog for a walk, his clothes and the birds which is there, like plant was like birds. Okay, like this. Okay, I'm drawing just like it was like this. They'll say in Kannada mullu type, like that. It was not similar, but it was very much like that. It has stuck to his clothes and the dog's fur. Okay, next, curious about this phenomenon, he examined the birds under that plant under a microscope. When he took that dog for walk, he discovered that they contain tiny hooks and that attach themselves to loop in fabric and animal fur. Okay, now how that developed is, see, he spent several years experimenting with different materials. He eventually developed velcro by using nylon fabric, that is one strip contains tiny hooks, another tiny loops. Okay, he combined that and made a nylon fabric, and that developed a velcro. That is, vel means velvet, cro means crochet. Okay, I hope you know. They are applicable in such thing that clothing, footwear, clothes, shoes, bag and accessories and all. Medical devices also, such as braces, splints and compression garments and all. Aerospace and satellites and spacecraft. Automotive and headliners, carpets, that is secures the carpets, door panels and seat cushions and all. And next is package industry for resealable bags, pouches. Now if you have one tetra pack, it should be having like it is also containing this velcro. And next is about the sports equipment, helmet, gloves and protective gear and all it will be having. Next, if we see, is about the process of photosynthesis and how it inspired solar energy harvesting system. Compare photosynthesis with the functioning of a photovoltaic cell. Photosynthesis, I hope you know the procedure, like it is which by plant, algae and some bacteria convert the light from the sun into the chemical energy in some organic, like it will be stored in what, organic molecule. This process is critical for life on earth as it provides primary source of energy for all living organism. Like how it will happen in plant and animals I have given, you can see that. Okay, next you can see the stages is light dependent will be there, that is captures the sunlight and produces the energy rich molecules. Another one will be light independent. Okay, that is Calvin cycle. I hope you have studied that and all. Next you can see about the photovoltaic cell. New technologies is perovskite and thin film and concentrator and multi-junction and all. You can see this also. Next is about the, again, which is another important question, is human man-made such as sonar and ultrasound devices. This I have studied, you have studied already. Sonar is nothing but sound navigation and ranging. Okay, sonar emits the sound waves into the water and the wave strike an object and reflect back as echoes. Again the same, it is the time taken for echo will be returned and measured, and it will measure the distance and the position of the object are calculated. Application you can see is about the for the detection of submarines and underwater objects, ocean depth measurements and navigation of ships and submarines, marine research and fish finding. Okay, they'll use this sonar, that is nothing but sound navigation and ranging. Ultrasound I hope already discussed, that is nothing but the high frequency and it will be entering the body, then for the tissues and organs internal, and the echoes will be creating the images. Next, the last question in this module is about the GPS. Okay, now we'll be seeing, right, map you on the location like that and all, how that GPS works. Okay, GPS is nothing but global positioning system. Okay, it is one technology that uses a network of satellites to produce the location. It will be providing the location and time information to the users. Okay, it works by measuring the time taken for signal to travel from satellite to a receiver and uses this information to calculate the user's position. Like key components, what it will be there: satellites, receivers should be there, and control segment and the user segment. Application is mapping, navigation, surveying, search and rescue operation, military operation, transportation and aviation they'll be using. Importance is nothing but positioning and navigation, flight planning, approach and landing, air traffic management, collision avoidance, flight data recording and all, they'll be using this. Okay, next is about the biomimicry. Again, it is nothing but uses the natural design to solve the engineering problems. Next is future of air transportation, nothing but electrical vehicle take off the and landing, that is eVTOL, that is we will be calling for aircraft, autonomous flying vehicles, high speed air travel, and nothing but the personal air vehicles, that is PAVs, and next is hydro loop transportation. That's all for this module 4. I hope you have understood all the 10 questions which I have said, and elaborate a bit theory and write. That's sufficient to score maximum of 95 plus marks. No need to worry at all, and I hope you have understood all the questions. Thank you for watching the video till last. Make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do let me know in the comment box which video do you need next. I'll be uploading also module 5 as soon as possible. Thank you for watching the video. Until next video, bye bye.